Recording in progress.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the regular scheduled meeting, City Griffin Board of Commissioners, July 22, 2025. We will begin with a Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Brad Wright, followed with the invocation by Commissioner Truman Tinsley. Please join us.
I place the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we're here today to ask for your blessings and guidance in the performance of our duties as elected officials. We pray for strength, love, knowledge, and understanding. Help us to recognize and solve the problems that are presented. Make our solutions fair and just to the best interests of everyone. Help us to overcome our shortcomings and keep us united as a team to work for the betterment of the city and its people. We pray in your name. Amen.
Thank you. All right, we're glad to have everybody here tonight. If you are here for a public hearing, either for the zoning or for the variance, the sign-up sheets for or against are over on the table. This time, do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Commissioner Tinsley with a motion.
Second.
Commissioner Murray with a second. All in favor of the approval of the agenda, please signal by raising your hand. 7-0. We have a special presentation recognizing Chief Brian Brock, Griffin Fire Department, as the June 2025 Strongest Link in the Chain Award recipient. Master Patrol Officer Richard Powell will address. Welcome.
Officer Powell wants to know if he gets 3 in a row and the right ones that he nominates, if he gets a special prize.
I got you a prize.
Second in a row.
Wash my truck. Wash my truck. All right, we can wash your car. We'll wash your car. How about that?
All right, so on June 9th, we had a call go out, and it's one of the calls that sort of tugs at your heartstrings. Came out as a PED code on 716 Randall Street. Chief Brock happened to be at the scene. We've talked about it since then. Right place, right time. He was crossing over 13th Street, coming over to experiment. And as he pulled up on scene, there's a lot of family members out there. There were a lot of people there. And in a situation like that, I mean, everyone was, just beside themselves. They handed the baby to Chief Brock. He maintained his composure and professionalism, used his training and experience, and he began CPR on the baby and was able to obtain return of spontaneous circulation. Based on his actions, that baby's life was saved. And I mean, that's a huge thing. I can't think of anything better for strongest link in the chain.
Chief Brock, amazing. Thank you for your service and commitment. And Investigator Powell, thank you for recognizing him. Did you want to say anything and recognize your family for us? Okay. Wonderful. Moving to citizens' comments. At this time, the mayor opens the floor to comments from the audience. Comments should relate to a specific agenda item not listed on the agenda for a public hearing or to a concern within the jurisdiction of the city. Commission meetings serve the purpose of conducting city business and are not a forum for the unlimited expression of opinion. Subject to the citizen comment policy adopted on February 13, 2024, and posted for public view, all speakers shall be limited to 3 minutes, which will be strictly followed and enforced. The mayor reserves the right to limit comments to matters germane to city business and may refer speakers to the city manager or other staff for resolution. With that being said, is there anybody on my left side like to come before the board? Anybody on my left side? Is there anybody on my right side like to come before the board? All right. Moving into public hearings. Again, if you're here to speak for or against or have any questions in regards to the items, the next item 2 and 3, the sign-up sheets are on the table over there. Got to get my prescribed script. Public hearings are conducted to allow public comments on specific advertised issues such as rezoning ordinances, policy development, operating budgets, and other legislative actions to be considered by the City Commission. For public hearings related to zoning, including amendments to the Unified Development Code or quasi-judicial decisions as defined in Article 4 of the UDC, all persons who wish to address the Board of Commissioners during the public hearings must sign up via the sign-in sheet, providing their names and address and whether they are for or against proposed zoning or quasi-judicial decision. First issue is at this time the Board Commission rezoning application for 1222 West Poplar Street. At this time, the Board of Commissioners will conduct a public hearing for the agenda item number 2 as noticed in the agenda as follows. Receive comments regarding a request to rezone property located at 1222 West Poplar Street, consisting of .53 plus or minus acres from medium density residential MDR to high density residential A, HDRA. Printed copies of the adopted standards governing the exercise applicable to the aforementioned application, factors for consideration, and procedures governing the hearing are available to the public. Speakers are responsible for establishing a record through the presentation of facts and supporting documents or other evidences for consideration by the board and for a review on appeal if applicable. At this time, the staff report will be presented by Director Michelle Haynes.
Good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
So the applicant Wade Strauss is requesting a zoning change from medium density residential to high density residential A for the parcel located at 1222 West Poplar Street. Currently, the property is vacant. The applicant would like to place 2 duplexes on this parcel. In order to do so, the zoning would need to change from medium density residential, which is single family, to high density residential A, which is multifamily. The subject property is .53 acre tract of land, and the rezoning would cover the entire .53 acres. Planning staff recommends conditional approval for this request, 25-REZ-02, to rezone the .53 acre tract of land located at 1222 West Poplar Street from the medium density residential to the high density residential A with the following conditions. Number 1, the maximum number of units would be the maximum number of 2 duplexes. Number 2, minimum heated floor area per dwelling unit for the duplexes is A, 1250 square feet if it's a single story, or B, has a minimum building footprint of 850 square feet if it's 2 stories or more. And number 3, must meet all other City of Griffin architectural standards. At their meeting on July 21st, the Planning and Zoning Board voted 3-1 to approve the rezoning as presented.
Thank you very much. At this time, we will call persons who have signed up to speak in favor of the applications, beginning with the applicant. This in favor of the application will collectively have 10 minutes to speak, but the application is permitted to utilize all 10 minutes or to revert time for rebuttal. Any remaining time will be divided among anyone else who has signed up to speak in favor of the application. And so we have Mr. Wade Stroud, address 350 Airport Road, has signed up. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I appreciate your time tonight. I am representing the property owner on this request. We are in full support of the conditions placed in the staff report, and certainly we appreciate you hearing this tonight. And if you have any specific questions, I'm happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving into the opponents, at this time, we will call persons who have signed to speak in opposition to the application. Opponents will collectively have 10 minutes to speak. If more than one person has signed up to speak, the 10 minutes will be divided among them. And I have no one that has signed up in opposition. So is there anybody that's walked in that needs to sign up? Okay. Moving into comments and discussion by the board, if any, will be reserved until the item is called for consideration. However, does anyone on the board have any questions for staff, the applicant, or the speakers?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I was contacted from a planning and zoning board member last night. He said they had some questions to be asked, but they were not be able to because Mr. Stroud was not there and they didn't have it. One question was, which way will the buildings be facing? Which they don't have the plat that we have, which I think they should have had that, at least they would have been able to notice something. And the other thing is, how many vehicles will be allowed in the parking places? I know those two were asked, but they also felt like they were forced into voting last night instead of tabling it or coming to it again because Mr. Stroud was not there.
So the first question would be, which way are the buildings facing? I have spoken with Mr. Stroud and asked those questions since they were brought up last night. He said that they can face whichever way they need to face. They just have a footprint on the plat and they can face which direction. The way it's set up currently is one is going to face, you might have to help me here, one is going to face Cherokee, and then the other one's going to face Poplar. As far as the parking spaces, the minimum requirement for high-density residential A is 2 per duplex. So 1 unit, 1 parking space, 1 unit, and another parking space. However, there is room to add more, so if that is needed, they said that they would reconsider that as well, to add more parking.
And as far as the question about tabling, the Planning and Zoning Board is a recommending body only, so they can either approve or deny, but they can't, there's no ability to table that, so whatever their decision is, if they tabled it, you would just know, well, they tabled the decision.
Because they didn't have the information that they wanted. That's what my question is.
Well, and because they're only a recommending body, it wouldn't change what you heard.
Okay.
A question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Is this the parcel of property where Arthur Moss office used to be?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Any other questions from board members? By right, if it's not rezoned, can he build 1 duplex in MDR at that property?
MDR is single-family residential only, so it would be a single-family home that could be built there.
Can we condition the rezoning to 1 duplex with the HDR?
I would,
It isn't the apartment complex in that same block?
Yes.
Okay, across the street from that, facing Poplar Street, isn't there some duplex up there?
Yes, ma'am.
so there's 2 duplexes beside this piece of property that are on about 1/4 of an acre, which in high-density residential A is what's the minimum allowed. Across the street or diagonal to that, you have a set of duplexes and a triplex that are all on the same piece of property.
And how big is that piece of property?
I do not have that answer, but I can get that for you.
Okay.
Like I said, in high-density residential, the minimum land allowed is 0.25 per duplex. This one is a little over I think it's 0.53, so it fits within that 0.25 for each duplex to sit on this property.
On HDR, but
On
MDR is a
HDRA.
no-go.
Yes, on medium-density residential, as it is currently zoned, a single-family home is the only thing that's permitted.
Okay, what's the status of that piece of property that used to be the, some kind of club?
The VFW.
What's the status on that piece of property?
It's still zoned MDR, and it still has a special use to be an assisted living, but we have not had any activity on it in years. Nobody inquiring about it.
It's still zoned MDR, medium density residential, and it's still you saying it's still grandfathered in?
No, it had to go through a special use I believe it had to go through a special use to be an assisted living, and I guess that gentleman backed out, and so we've not had any activity on it since then.
Okay.
Any other questions pertinent to this matter from the board members?
What is the staff recommendation?
I'm sorry, say that again?
What was the staff recommendation again?
So it's a conditional approval. There are 3 conditions. Number 1 is the maximum number of 2 duplexes.
So that's 4 units?
4 units. The second one is medium heated floor area per dwelling unit for the duplex is A, 1,250 square feet for a single story, and then B, with a minimum build footprint of 850 if it's going to be 2 or more stories. I believe this gentleman whenever he submitted everything, the actual size per unit that they're going to do would be 1430. So it's bigger than the minimum. And number 3 meets all other City of Griffin architectural standards.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, this concludes public hearing agenda item number 2. Due to perceived possible conflict of interest and having a business relationship with the next applicant, I'm abstaining and turning it over to Mayor Pro Tem Murray.
Okay. Can everybody hear me? At this time, the Board of Commissioners will conduct a public hearing for agenda item number 3 as noticed in the agenda as follows. Receive comments regarding a request for a variance to reduce the minimum lot size, street frontage, lot width, and yard requirements, front yard requirements, and to increase the maximum lot coverage by impervious surface requirement for the property located at 419 Terracedale Court. Printed copies of the adopted standards governing the exercise applicable to the aforementioned decisions, factors for consideration, and procedures governing the hearing are available to the public. Speakers are responsible for establishing a record through the presentation of facts and supporting documentation or other evidence for consideration by the board and for review on appeal if applicable. All right, at this time, we will call persons who have signed up to speak in favor of the application, beginning with the applicant. So I call Dan Dunson from 3 Terracedale Court.
We skipped this step. She's got to do her staff report first.
Oh, okay. Michelle Haynes will address. Director Michelle Haynes will address.
Okay, so the applicant, Dan Dunson, is requesting a variance from Article 706C, which states the physical requirements for the creation of a new parcel in low-density residential B zoning district. Mr. Dunson wants to take 0.14 acres from the existing 0.36 acres and add it to his neighboring lot at 3 Terracedale Court. Any changes that are made to 419 Terracedale Court will require a variance since the new parcel will be 0.22 acres and will not meet the minimum zoning standards for the lot size, street frontage, lot width, and front yard requirements. A variance is also required to increase the maximum lot coverage by impervious surface requirement for the low-density residential B. Planning and Development staff recommends denial of the variance request 25-VAR-03 submitted by Dan Dunson to reduce the minimum lot size, street frontage, lot width, and front yard setbacks, and to increase the maximum lot coverage by impervious surface requirement at 419 Terracedale Court.
Okay. At this time, Mr. Dunson.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to me tonight. Obviously, I disagree with Michelle's report. I was asked to fill out 5 questions for the zoning board to consider. And I'll just briefly run over them with you. The 1.4 acres does not meet standards, but it will combine with 1.2 acres. The 1.2 acre property needs this for gardening, not building. As the property at 419 currently does not have use nor access to this little piece of property inside the middle of the block. It's not accessible or seen from any street. And I've got a map here I can let you look at. Tenants at 419 have no access to the property due to the fence. It has privacy fence all the way around this property. The garden area will preserve the low density intent of the neighborhood as no development will occur. Surrounding properties also do not meet minimum acreage requirements. So let me just read them. This is surrounding this little piece of property, 60 by 90, or maybe 70 by 90. My eyes aren't good enough to read that thing. The Remington property was less than required acreage to build the apartments. My apartment's at 330 East College Street, and the ones, excuse me, on Terracedale Court did not meet the minimum acreage requirements, but those were passed. Now, surrounding my property, which is 432 South 6th Street, I do not own it anymore, I did own it, is less than standard, way less than standard, and has been approved by this board. 426 South 6th Street and 432 South 6th Street do not meet the minimum size standards. Plus, there are 2 houses on 1 lot. Let's see, 5 Terracedale Court, which is right next door to my home on 3 Terracedale Court, is less than the minimum standard. Also, 420 and 422 South 6th Street are both less than 1/4 of an acre. They do not meet the minimum standards. As to the impervious use, my plan that I've already started, we're gardening. I've got little fruit trees planted back there. May I present this, approach the board? Let's look at this thing. Nothing visible, it's a little island in the middle of my backyard. It's highlighted there.
Okay.
There's nothing but grass and dirt and rocks back there. So it has no impervious areas in that section at all. None. So that was and no one has seen it. I haven't had a call from anybody from zoning to look at it. They can't see it. I do have pictures of it from an aerial view if you would like to see that. Does anybody like to see it?
The more information you have, the better. You want to show? You want to see it?
I got the brief for you. It's duplex of 419. That's where the aerial view looks. Down at the bottom, you see the little piece of dirt we're trying to get rezoned. Just trying to get it attached to my property. I can continue with every property around is substandard.
Mr. Dennison, could you get a copy of those pictures to Michelle after this hearing?
I'm sorry?
Can you get a copy of those pictures to Michelle after the hearing?
Oh, absolutely.
Same thing for the
Part
plat.
of the bottom is the little dirt spot we're trying to get.
Same thing for the map.
attached to my-
Okay.
We
Plat
gotta
is
have
record.
the record
Okay.
together.
Yes, okay.
Mr. Dunson, they said also a copy of the map also for Michelle.
I couldn't hear you.
A copy of the map that you have as well, the
Is that
the
track
plat
1A?
for
That
it.
one can go in. He doesn't need it back.
Probably will need this back.
Well, we need a copy of it in the record.
Okay, well, they have 5 copies of this one. The zoning board.
They already have it.
They already have it.
Is that track 1A?
Pardon?
What track is that? Is that 1A?
I can't remember what track it is. Maybe your eyes probably better than mine.
Don't count on it.
Get your shooting glasses.
You own it already, you just wanna.
Yes,
Yeah, that's it. 1A.
yeah, well,
1A.
everything around it is substandard.
You see it on here?
Yeah, 1A. Okay.
I do appreciate the board and the zoning group looking at it and studying it. It would be much more beneficial if they would ride out there and look at it. It's gated, there's no way in. I'll be glad to meet anybody out there. If your inclination is to vote no on this thing, it's a simple thing. I would ask you to table it until the next meeting until you have time to look at it. All that's on there now is blueberry bushes and fig trees. I like figs, but I can't eat all the figs that 4 trees produce. It does not have any impervious surfaces at all, which was mentioned in the zoning board report. So this is a very simple little piece of property. And it would continue to serve, and we're not going to develop anything back there. It's just all going to be garden and grass. Any other questions that you have for me?
No, any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
At this time, we will call persons who have signed up to speak in opposition to the application. Okay, I don't see anybody on the list unless we had anybody walk in.
No, I just wanted to clarify a couple things. So the barrier that he is referring to that divides where the houses are to the back is a fence. That is not a topographical issue back there, topo issue. That's man-made, so I have to look at if there is an issue with the topography of the land, not necessarily a man-made barrier. Whenever I was referring to the lot coverage for impervious space, I'm actually referring to the front section. Most of the pervious space, which is where water runs through, is in the back that he's wanting to remove from this side to this side. So he would have to increase his impervious space from what it is right now, which is 35%, which is the max, up to 60%, which is almost double what the max is right now. There are lots around there that are smaller or roughly the same. The lot that he is wanting to add this piece of property to is twice the size of the minimum. So he would be increasing the lot on one side while reducing the lot on this side from 0.36 down to 0.22. So I have to take that into consideration as well. And the lot right now, of course, is non-conforming. It's legally non-conforming, and he would be increasing that non-conformity. That's why the denial was recommended.
Okay.
There's
Comments? Okay, sorry.
Excuse me. There's no increase in impervious surfaces. When we remodeled this particular duplex, we dug up the asphalt driveways, and the only thing we did was add the little circle so they could have a little patio on each apartment. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it does not add to any impervious surface. The entire backyard is rock, river rock, and it's got all the landscape barrier under it, so it doesn't have weeds, so all the water goes straight through. So there's no impervious surface, in addition to what was already there when we started. We just dug up the asphalt, put concrete down. Last longer.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Comments and discussion by the board, if any, will be reserved until the item is called for. However, does anyone from the board have any questions for staff, the applicant, or the speakers? Okay, this concludes the public hearing agenda for item number 3.
All right, moving into the consent agenda, items 4 through 6. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda as a whole? Commissioner Tinsley with a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Murray with a second. All in favor of approval of the consent agenda, please signal by raising your hand. 7-0. Moving into the regular agenda, consider a request to rezone property located at 1222 West Poplar Street, consisting of 0.53 plus or minus acres from medium density residential to high density residential A. Director of Planning and Development, Michelle Haynes, is here to address any questions. What's the pleasure of the board?
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Ward with a motion approved. Do we have a second?
Second.
Commissioner McCord with a second. All in favor of approval, please signal by raising your hand.
Go for it.
All against, like sign. 6-0-1 with Holberg against. Item 8 is consider request.
Be 6-1.
6-1. Thank you. Item 8, Commissioner Murray will take care of.
Okay. Consider a request for variance to reduce the minimum lot size, street frontage, lot width, and front yard requirements, and to increase the maximum lot coverage by impervious surface requirement for the property located at 419 Terracedale Court, tax map 022-07012, submitted by Dan Dunson. Director of Planning and Development, Michelle Hayes, has already addressed.
Make a motion
Do I,
to
make
approve.
a motion, make it to approve? Do we have a second? Make a motion to approve, Tinsley.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
One abstention.
One abstention.
Okay, thank you. Item 9 is lifted from the table to consider the minutes of the City of Griffin Board of Commissioners regular meeting on June 10, 2025. Do we have a motion to lift from the table?
Make a motion.
A motion from Commissioner Murray to lift from the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ward. All in favor for lifting from the table, please signal by raising your hand. All right. Do we have a motion to approve the, all in favor of a 7-0 vote? So do we have a,
Make a motion to approve the minutes from our regular scheduled meeting from June 10th,
thank you, Mr.
2025.
And Commissioner Murray was
Was
absent at
absent.
that meeting, so she needs to
Abstain.
abstain. So Commissioner McCord with a motion,
Second.
second by Commissioner Tinsley. All in favor of the minutes, please signal by raise your hand. 6-0-1 with the Commissioner Murray abstaining. Item 10 is consider the minutes of the City of Griffin Board of Commissioners regular meeting on July 8, 2025. Commissioner Murray was absent. Do we have a-
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Ward with a motion.
Second.
So Mr. Wright with a second. All in favor of the July 8th meeting minutes, please signal by raising your hand. 6-0-1 with Commissioner Murray abstaining. Item 11 is to consider with Riverside Traffic Solutions LLC, most responsive bidder for traffic signal maintenance and repair work up to $75,000 for fiscal year 26.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Ward with a motion.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Murray. All in favor of the contract, please signal by raise your hand. 7-0. Item 12 is consider a contract with Gardland DBS Inc. pursuant to Omnia Partners Contract Number PW1925 for parking deck repairs to 1 Griffin Center in the amount of $1,435,000.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Commissioner Murray with a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ward. All in favor of the contract, please signal by raise your hand. 7-0. Item 13 is consider a claim by Darius Bolton for personal injury in violation of civil rights based upon any item notice from Attorney Ryjard Hayes dated June 12, 2025.
Make a motion to deny. Second.
Commissioner Ward with a motion to deny, second by Commissioner Murray. All in favor of the denial, please signal by raising your hand. 7-0. Item 14 is consider a claim for personal injury in violation of civil rights to Andre Casey based upon any line of notice from Attorney Ryjard Hayes dated June 12, 2025.
Make a motion to deny.
Commissioner Murray with a motion to deny,
Second.
second by Commissioner Wright. All in favor of the denial, please signal by raising your hand. 7-0 for denial. And item 15 is consider a claim for violation of civil rights by Justin Ryan Wynn based upon any item notice dated June 3rd, 2025 from Sexton Weldon Law Firm.
Make a motion to deny.
Commissioner Murray with a motion to deny,
Second.
Commissioner Wright with a second. All in favor of the denial, please signal by raise your hand. 7-0. And that is our agenda for tonight. Turning it over to the city manager.
There were a lot of dates I wanted to remind you of, and first, Dr. Brant D. Keller Water Treatment Plant and Reservoir. I think we're going to be calling it BDK because that's a mouthful otherwise. We will be dedicating that plant next week, July 31st, at an event, and we have invited all of you to attend. Please let us know if you will, because we will be having lunch that day. So if we don't know yet, if you can let me know soon, and I will make sure that you.
What time of day was?
11:30 to 1 on Thursday, July 31st, at the new Brant D. Keller Water Treatment Plant. All right. Also, this Thursday from 5 to 7, we are having what has become our annual Back to School Bash at Raymond Head Park. It's a different location this year. We have tried to listen to feedback from citizens, and they have asked for it to be after hours so parents can come. that's why we are doing it from 5 to 7 on Thursday. The Ann Street Precinct and Community Center will be open, so we hope to have a lot of people in the community come out and join us there. I think we're planning on about 500, so we hope they surpass our expectations. You also have, unfortunately for the city, a lot of retirement luncheons in your packet as well, one tomorrow, one Thursday, and one Friday. We knew it was coming, but it is here, so we hope that you can stop by and see Dwight Smith, Linda Talley, and Rick Fox for their retirements this week. As I mentioned this morning, district cleanup for District 4 is on Saturday starting at City Park. We hope you will join us, and there's a link in your email to sign up for that as well as day 1 in the district, which is always a fun time, welcoming children back to school. That is July 31st. You can show up to a school if you want. If you want to sign up for a school, that is fine too. Just make sure you know the very odd that I don't know times that they start, because they're staggered. And then also just wanted to congratulate Commissioner Tinsley on his resiliency and asking GMA to come look at Griffin for training. So he has convinced them to do that. They will be here next Friday to tour with us a few facilities and the downtown hotel, where hopefully we could host some training for elected officials like you all to come to Griffin and show them what we have to offer as well. So thank you for that. And that is all I have. And thank you for this morning. That is a very long process, as always, when we update. And so thank you for sticking with us and being flexible with your schedules. I appreciate that. And for those that had to step out, I understand. And one last thing, I will be remiss not to say that we are very sad to bid farewell to Felicia Trammell. It's going to make me cry. She's been a huge help to me, and we are excited for her time in Zebulon. We know she'll do a great job. So just wanted to put that on the record, that we will certainly miss her, but congratulations on her new position as city administrator in the city of Zebulon. That's all I have.
Wow. That just hit me right there.
Yeah.
Mr. McCord.
I don't have anything.
Mr. Wright.
I just want to let everybody know we lost a good man last week, Kipling Wise. And most people know him as Mr. Kip. He was, when he came to Griffin back in the early 60s, he opened up a 7-Eleven. He was one of 2 stores here like that. He had helped, he had sponsored baseballs, he sponsored different athletics, he donated a lot of money and everything and time to the kids and stuff, from my understanding. And I just want everybody to know that he was just a wonderful man from the time he started, and he kept that business going, even though it switched to different things. But from 62 all the way up to the time he sold it, and it's still named Kip's today. The new owners kept the name. So besides that, I have nothing else.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Commissioner Murray.
Just want to congratulate Chief Brock again on his fabulous services. We have the greatest emergency response team. I feel safer, and I just want to thank everyone who serves on our emergency responders team. So thank you very much. And also today, Jessica and staff, for our goals. It's very rewarding just to know that we're up here not just talking to ourselves, that we can actually come together as a group and put our issues out there, and then meet back with staff and the hard work that you all did to address those issues and tell us where we are in those issues. And I know that takes tremendous work on staff, plus your day-to-day, and I really appreciate all of the feedback we got today, and you all work very hard, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Commissioner Curtis.
Thank you, everyone, for coming, and try to stay out the heat.
Commissioner Ward. Commissioner Tinsley.
The GMA, I've been pressing them to visit Griffin. We have meetings in various cities throughout the year. We have a spring recurrent training. We have a fall recurrent training. I've been after the director of the Georgia Municipal Association in charge of training. Take a look at Griffin. I mean, we're going down to Tifton. We're going to Dublin. Take a look at Griffin. We've got University of Georgia here. We got plenty of space. They usually bring about 200 plus people to these events. So hotels will be full, restaurants will be full. I think it's a huge financial boom for Griffin. So, and they're going to be here what day?
Next Friday.
Next Friday, 11:45, I believe. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully we're prepared and put our best foot forward as we should.
Thank you. And we'd like to encourage everybody to come join me this Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, City Park, to pick up trash in Mr. Wright's district. So Number 3 of 6, we're rolling and going. Great time. Again, thank you all for being here tonight. Michelle, thank you for your excellent service, great presentations, and Chief, proud of you. Great job.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Commissioner McCord with a motion, with a second by Commissioner Tinsley. All in favor, please leave us.
Recording stopped.